All right, you know, all the people after the game reminding Dillon Brooks about his dropping 40 comment.
Yeah.
This is 40, not just for Dillon. Hey, Jack Nicholson's at the game. Oh, you know it's a special night. Kyrie, LeBron. Maybe Kyrie going to be there next year.
He's like, yeah, I'll talk to you about next year.
Exactly. John Morant trying to force the game 7, and Anthony Davis says, you forced nothing. Blocked it. Lakers the other way. Jared Vanderbilt to LeBron. Lakers have 13 more blocks than Memphis in this game. They're up 5. A little later, D'Angelo Russell to Davis. That's too easy. They're up 11 after 1. The team that has led after the first quarter has won every game in this series, so it's over, right? Maybe. Lakers up 16. Xavier Tillman drives, and Davis he affects the shot. Lakers going the other way. Watch LeBron. LeBron James, 567 years old, still doing that. Strong to the hoop. I mean, you go, my man. A few minutes later, Lakers up 20. Xavier Tillman tries the hook shot. Davis says, try something else. Davis had 5 blocks. Grizzlies shooting 2 of 15 on shots contested by Anthony Davis in the first half. Under a minute left in the first half. Dennis Schroeder finding LeBron. Oh, my goodness. Your action love. Put it in reverse. Lakers by 17 at the half. Third quarter, they're up 25.
Oh, my.
Morant 3, no. Austin Reeves, watch my man. Well, let Austin cook. Jack loves it. The nasty Euro step. Oh, Mr. Reeves and LeBron and Austin having some fun after the play. Yeah, I did that, and I hit him with the that.
Yeah.
You hit him. I hit him like that. Yeah, that's what I did. About a minute later, Russell, top of the 3. D'Angelo, how does it feel? He finished with 31. 5 minutes to go in the third. Lakers up 29.
Oh, my God.
Schroeder to Davis. He's fired up. 16 points, 14 rebounds. 30 seconds to go. Lakers up 33. LeBron, left wing. He had 22. Now 31-0 in series where his team has been up 2-0. Ronnie loving it. LeBron takes his 20th different franchise, takes down his 20th different franchise in the playoffs. Lakers win. Here's LeBron.
That was definitely a Game 7 mentality for us. We understood that we had an opportunity to play in front of our fans, and we want to try to end it tonight. As hard as this series felt, and as hard as this series was, we was able to conquer level 1, and now we move to level 2.
Do you feel like your team at large took things for granted this year that you hadn't taken for granted in the past?
No.
Okay, Dez and Taylor had talked about they thought that was the case, that maybe last year everybody was a little more locked into the moment, and this year that just some things were expected. And
yeah, people have different opinions.
Lakers, the second team in NBA history, Brian, to start 2-10 or worse and win a playoff series, and joining the 77-78 Supersonics.
So somewhere Big Perk is like, I told y'all.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
They got 2 pieces of the biscuit.
Right. Seattle reached the finals that season, losing in 7 games to the Bullets. So next up for L.A., trip to either Sacramento or San Fran for Game 1 of the conference semis.
You know it's tactical. You're trying to get in his head, trying to bait him. We get all of that. No, you don't fall for that. But when you sit up there and talk about a brother that's 38 years of age, going on 39, his 20th season in the league, in better shape, still one of the elite players in his game, on the Mount Rushmore or all of basketball, and you are chirping about him, he needs to bust your living you know what. When you want him, give me the ball. Outside, inside, open court, free throw line, whatever it takes. There's moments, that's all I'm saying about Wilbon and Jalen. There's just moments. I'm not talking about the whole game, disrupting the offensive scheme, but there are moments where you should bust his living you know what.
Every sporting event has something in common, a favorite and an underdog. And when you're going against these all-time great players, you have to look in yourself in the mirror and have irrational confidence, because everybody else think you're going to get schooled when you're going against Kobe, which I have, Jordan, which I have, LeBron, which I have. But there are times when I went home at night where I played better than them. There were times where I won NBA Player of the Week. Therefore, when you play defense in particular, you got to have a screw loose a little bit. See Dennis Rodman, Metta World Peace, Bruce Bowen, Draymond Green. These guys have to go right to the edge of the pool, and every now and then, they're going to fall in or push you in. So for Dillon Brooks, He wants LeBron to make it a one-on-one battle because that takes him away from the team concept. And also, all you need to be able to talk trash is a voice. I hate when people think, oh, he ain't good enough to talk trash. You know what make him good enough? He on the floor with them, and he got a voice. And guess who won the previous game? Memphis. That gives me the chance to talk all of the trash that I want.
For what it's worth, LeBron has shot 7 of 14 with Brooks as his primary defender in the series so far. Now, Michael Wilbon, we always turn to you for historical perspective. And, of course, you were around Michael Jordan throughout his career as much, if not more, than any other journalist. And we always compare LeBron to Michael. And so I found myself thinking, how would Michael have handled it if someone had said of him the things that Dillon Brooks said of LeBron?
Greeny, you know, you were there in Chicago for some of that. Jalen's perspective is wonderful because Jalen, we got the historian, we got the man who played against all the guys in question. But I will just say this, and earlier today on our production call, and I know I asked you guys, how differently will LeBron respond to this compared to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant? And I think that those are the notable people. Magic might have smiled and laughed. He'd have been burning up inside and tried to get back at him in his own way. And I was asking you guys, and particularly Jalen, does this burn LeBron personally the way it would have Michael and Kobe? Look, there were times I remember.
Game 6.
Stephen A. is at stake tonight for the Lakers.
Well, for me personally, I think it's not just this season. I think it's the LeBron James era in L.A. I think if they find a way to win this series, who knows what the possibilities are. But if you fade and end up letting the Grizzlies come back from a 3-1 deficit, then it shows me something about what you simply don't have anymore collectively. And as a result, I don't think we'll be talking about the Lakers in this light ever again in the LeBron James era in Los Angeles. That's how important I think this game is, because I don't think they go back to Memphis and win a Game 7. I don't believe that you surrender the momentum to Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, and those boys, and you go back to Memphis. If you're going to beat Memphis, you have to close them out tonight. I believe you lose tonight, then you'll lose Game 7. And if you lose Game 7, and we see that y'all have dwindled and y'all have faded and deteriorated, I don't think this crop of Lakers recovers from that, and I think the LeBron James championship era in Los Angeles officially comes to an end.
I'm not even going to confine it to LeBron. I was going to say, oh, let's not get carried away. Let's not make this more than it is. And then I watched that feature. I feel really, really fortunate in that I got to watch all of that, starting with Bird and Magic and moving forward, from a courtside seat. The whole thing. And so I know what it means. We know our friend and colleague, Irvin Johnson. Magic has talked about playing a game against a Western Conference opponent in the playoffs. And as he's walking off the court, he would ask one of us or whoever's, what are the Celtics doing? What's the score of the Celtics game? And so 18 is at stake, potentially, right? In a year in which everybody is a little bit flawed, including the Lakers. It's not out of the question that the Lakers and Celtics could meet, or the Lakers see that You know LeBron sees it, like Stephen A. is saying. Now, if we bring it around to LeBron, Stephen A., I think I really agree with you. They have to win tonight. They can't go back to 7 with a young team feeling itself and needing to get over the hump like Memphis, and that's what Memphis needs. They have to win this game tonight. So what's at stake? History, everything.
No big deal, just history.
No big deal.
Just
18
at stake.
18, right?
I agree with these guys. If they lose tonight, they're losing the series. And the one thing that the Lakers have been able to do throughout this season in a wide-open Western Conference is reinvent themselves. And this roster has been made over a couple of times. And they now have something now that they didn't have earlier in the year, depth. So players like Austin Reed playing quality minutes. D'Angelo Russell in the previous home game made a couple of big threes late. Vanderbilt is playing really good defense. So now their coaching staff trusts these guys. So playing at home where your role players thrive, this is the game you must get it done. Because if you don't win tonight, you do not win this series, and history will not be on your side.
So let's face reality. I'll say it in even simpler terms. I don't believe if they lose, I think they're going to give it everything they have tonight. I don't believe they'll have anything left Sunday. And that's why I feel as adamant as I do that this is it. Not just for this series for them, but
you
this
mean
is it,
physically
period.
and emotionally.
I don't think
they
they have it.
I
don't think they have it. I don't think they'll have it to win a Game 7. And if you don't win a Game 7, remember all the teams we're talking about, they'll be better next year. Kevin Durant and Devin Booker ain't gonna be better next year. Denver's not gonna be better next year. You look at these teams, even Minnesota want to come up, even Sacramento. You think they're gonna be better next year? This is it.
And Memphis is going to be better next year.
That's right.
If they win the series.
And guess what? They know what we know. That if they come out and play fast and get a lead early, now it's time for the Lakers to find a way to overcome that adversity. That's why if you Memphis and a guy like Dillon Brooks, play defense, don't shoot them out of the game.
Right.
If Jaren Jackson Jr. can get going offensively and Memphis can sustain an early lead, then all of the pressure falls on the Lakers. That's why they got to get off to a good start.
That's when players start playing tight. That's when people start getting nervous. Dillon Brooks can force up those shots. But to you, if you're watching this game tonight, what's going to signal to you, oh, yeah, Memphis got this?
Jaren Jackson Jr. Earlier in the series, he was not only dominant defensively, but he was also scoring the ball. They need him back being that unstoppable weapon that he can be. And also, if Dillon Brooks can make a few of those shots. The role players, I know Kennard is going to make shots, but he's going to be out there playing quality minutes. He can't be open for a reason.
Much simpler for me. I ain't even picking a name. Anybody on Memphis outside of Ja Morant that is hitting jump shots, Lakers in trouble. Because Ja Morant going to do what he's going to do offensively. Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to do what he's been doing defensively. Anybody that hits, anybody that hits a jump shot.
Bane and Ja.
That's a problem.
Bane and Ja. That's their ticket.
Not to mention Jaren Jackson Jr. staying out of foul trouble in the first half. To me, that's going to say a whole lot. I just got one more question. You ready, Stephen A? Warriors coming up at 8 o'clock Eastern on ESPN. But let's first look at the Lakers and the Memphis Grizzlies, Stephen A. I'm going to start with you.
Yeah.
We got two big Game 6s going down. But when you look at the Warriors and the Lakers, each have a chance to close out at home tonight. Who needs to do